What's up guys, this is 1UX1. I'm going to tell you all the frustrating things in UX design and research that you're going to come across when you hopefully start your new career soon. And for that, download the free guides below. So what can be annoying? Number one of the most annoying things in UX design and UX research, and these two people work together, is when you're not given enough time to complete your task. So let's say you want to carry out more user research. You've interviewed 5 people, you'd like to get feedback from a 6th person, or you want to spend more time researching a particular feature or story or area of the website or app, but your manager's not giving you the time because there's just all these limitations in terms of time and budget. And as a UX designer, you're not given time to design as thoroughly as you'd like to, and you're being rushed. Why does that happen? Because you're working with a design team, and the whole design team needs work to do. And all that work in a website or app project, it all depends on you. The UX designer or UX researcher, everybody's waiting for you. The designer and the team are waiting for the UX researcher's report and feedback from the users. The UX designer's wireframes are what the whole design depends on. So everybody, if you look at it as like a conveyor belt, the UX designer is here, UX researcher is here, UX designer is here, and then you've got the product manager in the middle, you've got the developers, and then they're going to ship it, and at the end you're going to do usability testing and test it again. So it's like a conveyor belt all the way. And you're on that conveyor belt, so you need to keep producing so they can keep coding and building that improved product. So in that, the pain point or frustrating thing can be that you didn't get enough time, or they've misunderstood your requirements. So you said, right, this is what the users said. They said they would like the call to action, the button, to be pink or blue or yellow, and they'd like it to be bigger. And then you look at the designer's work and it's all fine. It's been signed off, so they've done what you asked them to do as a researcher. They've improved the button, give it to developers, and the developer hasn't understood the requirements, and they've built something very different or completely different, and now you are quite kind of frustrated because you didn't get what the users wanted. Now you have to be calm and polite and respectful and say, well guys, what happened? There may be a technical issue, there might be an issue where they didn't read the description. So normally when you're going to write a story, i.e. when you're going to tell the developers what to do next, in that situation what normally happens is you'll write out the acceptance criteria. So what is the criteria of this job? So for the UX designer, you need to build a new button, design a new button, this color, this size, this is where it needs to be on the website. So you give the acceptance criteria that if it's this color, this size, this location, then it's accepted, and a description. Now some developers, few, not many, might not read that description, and they go ahead and they build the wrong thing. That can be quite frustrating. Then they just need more time to fix that problem. Other frustrating things that can happen in this job is when you have a group and you have a particular opinion. So you're strongly opinionated for the user, so you're fighting because you said, this is what the users want. They've asked for this feature. They've asked for this functionality. They've asked for this column to be redesigned, or the hierarchy to be in a different order, or whatever they might want, and you're really fighting for it, and your other colleagues, they don't understand, they don't appreciate where you're coming from, and you know it's a big pain point. That can be quite frustrating when you really want something for your users, but no one seems to really, they understand it, but they don't appreciate to the extent that you do. And one of the reasons for that is that you were in the interviews. You interviewed, so you really gauge that. Now the way to improve that is to, in your report, really show how they felt about that change or improvement to the website or app or software. And if you can show that in your report, then it's more likely going to get built. So if you can really transfer the empathy from the user into the user research report, then that's the way they're going to appreciate this. So using quotes, so use the quote exactly what they said, and put some keywords in bold. So when they read the report, or when you share it or you present it online or face-to-face, they actually understand this is what the user said. The user might have said, I'm really annoyed with this feature. Yeah, and so you would put in bold, really annoyed. So then they may see the importance in what you're trying to build. So you really need to sell yourself, sell your users' needs to them so everyone gets the picture. I'll give you an example. Recently what happened with my colleague is I had produced a user research report and users said that the website was too slow. It was taking them 5 seconds to load a page. I fed that back to the business analyst, the BA, the product manager, and the developers. And developers said, well, we're quite happy with the speed of it. Now, that wasn't acceptable to me. They said because it's a software-based website, it's normal to have that kind of speed or slow speed. And I said no, because the attention span of people nowadays is half a second, so 50 milliseconds. So it needs to be a fast website. It needs to load properly. But they couldn't see it, and they were saying, okay, we'll improve it to 3 seconds. Now I'm arguing for half a second. That's what I want for my users. Now that doesn't mean it's always technically feasible or they can do it, but at least you need to argue and fight for it. So what I'm saying is maybe they'll come to a compromise of 2 seconds once we test it. So it'll be 2 seconds, which is 3 seconds faster than what they originally said, but not as fast as I want. But it's not an ideal world. But that's the kind of frustrations you might get. Don't forget, guys, to download the free guides below. Ask any questions so I can create more videos for you. And subscribe and like, and I'll see you on the next one. This is 1UX1.